Let's start with the most recent and jaw-dropping part of this whole story. Because, trust me, this mess has layers. Ash Trevino's life feels like one long chaotic episode, and every time you think it can't get any more embarrassing, she finds a way to prove you wrong. She's in her mid-30s, a mom, but acts like she's still chasing the approval of people half her age. And now, the Airbnb disaster just added another chapter to a never ending drama. Ash herself told the story. She woke up from a nap and everyone was gone. No note, no goodbye, just silence. She claimed she had no idea where anyone went and acted surprised that the place was so empty when she opened her eyes, almost as if it was a prank being played on her.
They left Ash Trevino in the Airbnb alone. They snuck out while she was sleeping.
I woke up from a nap and everybody's gone. Like, what a night alone since they left me.
Like, she woke up from a nap and they were just gone. I'd leave too. It's coming out that they used false names to rent the Airbnb and the cops are involved. You got all these little kids running around in there, partying it up, doing this nasty stuff. One of these kids just graduated from high school. Passing Ash around like she's not old enough to be their mother. She's just over there not caring at all. And you have Uncle Fester, who apparently just lost his job, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna go join Ash and get messy. They are way too old for this. That seems exhausting to me.
Well, why don't we just all get a big content house, us, and then we can just all live together. I'll go like 1 week I'll be in your room, the next week I'll be in Unk's room. We can do that.
She's just hopping from bed to bed to bed to bed. I definitely feel like there's something going to come about from this whole Airbnb situation. The owner was notified and the cops did get involved. Like, does she not realize she is making a joke of herself?
But here's the thing. Plenty of people believe this wasn't just a quick nap. They suspected it was a deep, booze-induced sleep after hours of trying to keep up with a much younger crowd she had been hanging out with that day and night. Witnesses say there had been heavy drinking, loud music, shouting, and constant partying beforehand, and Ash had been pushing herself to match the stamina of people young enough to be her kids. The group she was with included barely adult guys, one who had only just graduated high school, and several others in their early 20s. For many watching, it's beyond secondhand embarrassment for a woman her age to still be acting like this, especially since, in group photos and videos, she often appears more like a mom chaperone than a peer. Yet she's the one floating the idea that they all get a content house together where she could move between different rooms each week instead of focusing on securing a safe, stable home for her own children. She has even repeated this content house fantasy to her occasional boyfriend, rich boy Kati, in front of others. Once while they were shopping at Victoria's Secret. That conversation started out as casual, but didn't stay innocent for long. It quickly took a very R-rated turn. This kind of talk, which she often engages in with these young guys during public live streams and short clips, has made many observers say it comes across less like harmless banter and more like predatory behavior, whether she realizes it or not. Some even question why she consistently seeks out the youngest people in the room to connect with, given how it looks from the outside. If you thought Uncle Fester, her on-again, off-again partner, was a voice of reason, think again. He didn't step up to slow things down or steer Ash away from trouble. Instead, he jumped right into the chaos himself, laughing along and hanging out with a younger crowd like he was one of them. There was even a moment caught on camera where Ash and a guy called Chaz were having a full-on intimate conversation right in front of Uncle Fester. She was joking about getting hit left and right in a clearly suggestive way, then shaming Fester for being too old, all while surrounded by people barely out of their teens. Observers couldn't believe a 36-year-old woman could be making those comments about teenagers, and that Fester, a grown man, just stood there acting unbothered.
Uncle Fraudster and Trigger Warning Trevino brought them all together just recently, and not only that, they had a little meet and greet. Yeah. So there's a video of her walking through Victoria's Secret, and then Uncle Fraudster, which I'll post a little overlay clip on here, walks up and he's like, "How about this?" And she's like, "Oh, perfect for you." Like, they really are like BFF upon, can't even talk, BFF upon this motherfucker. But from what I heard, he lost his job. You lost your whole ass job to become a content creator. And Ashley ain't got shit going for her. She ain't even got a damn place to stay. This just blows my mind. I would have done been left, been gone, like, He would have had a bigger following and a bigger support team if he wasn't up her ass. But for some reason, it's not clicking to you, Steven.
What's more, she is now back around Fester, supposedly just friends, even after their public fallout where he had previously kicked her out. But Fester recently lost his job, and people suspect he might be using Ash to get a boost in online attention. They're back to making obviously staged videos together, in one live where she called him her sugar daddy, claiming he pays for expenses, while the two of them continue to hang out with a group of far younger than either of them. This only fueled the criticism that they're both chasing clout at the expense of their own reputations.
Hold on, who bought you that hat? Who bought you that new hat?
Who is that?
Who bought you that new hat? Oh, me? How do you eat that? Okay. Dang, that's a big ass bite. I have my other sugar daddy paying for it, you guys.
Ooh, I'm rich. Rich.
Oh, Unkston decline. Oh, shoot.
Oh, heck yeah. Look. Hi.
Hello. Yes. What's up? What's your name? How are you?
He's
I'm
cheating
good.
on you right in front of your fucking face.
What's your name?
Just chilling with you. Oh, whatever. Just got back from the mall. Hey, where you work at now? Oh, shit. Yeah, that's...
The property owner says the Airbnb was rented under fake names, a detail that immediately turned what could have been brushed off as casual getaway into something more serious. Once the owner pieced together what was going on, they wasted no time contacting the police. Law enforcement soon arrived, asked questions about who had actually rented the place, and checked the legitimacy of the booking. According to people familiar with the situation, the group was only given a short grace period to gather their things and leave before the situation escalated into possible charges. This sudden urgency could easily explain why everyone bailed on Ash while she was still sleeping. They may have wanted to dodge being caught, questioned, or even charged and decided to slip out quietly without warning her. Later, Ash tried to spin the whole ordeal as a fun experience of being there alone, telling it with a laugh as if it were some quirky adventure. But deep down, she had to know it could have ended with police at the door, fines, citations, or even criminal trespass charge on her record. And the bigger, nagging question still hangs in the air. Why was Fester renting an Airbnb at all when he owns his own home? Was it really for a harmless getaway, or was the point to hang out and party with a group of barely adult kids? Between the fake names, the sudden police involvement, and the old mix of older and adults with people barely out of their teens, this setup doesn't just raise eyebrows. It screams shady, reckless, and highly questionable to anyone looking in from the outside.
So, Bedbugs Trevino, Uncle Fraudster, Chairs, all got kicked out of the Airbnb, y'all. Apparently, they was kicked out. The police were called, and they were also using fake names. I will add a little layover clip down below, but the person, they got the proof. They just don't want to do the exposing. And then I also heard that Uncle Fraudster lost his job. Is that true? Because if it is, that would explain why he was so messed up. Especially hanging out. Like, why would you even be hanging out around a bunch of kids anyways? But then not only that, you were fucked up. But I mean, it's crazy because we knew it was a matter of time before some shit happened. And everybody else was like, oh, well, let them go ahead and damage that place like they did the other place and then had $10,000 worth of damages.
In another live, Fester filmed Ash unwrapping what she called housewarming gifts, supposedly by a friend she was on FaceTime with. She leaned into the performance, smiling wide, gasping loudly, and drawing out her reactions as she pulled out each bag into the frame, narrating the moment as if this friend had gone above and beyond to surprise her. But it was obvious, even to the friend watching from the other end, that Ash likely sent them to herself. The friend's awkward, almost frozen reaction, the slight delay in her responses, and the faint, puzzled look on her face made it clear she didn't know how to play along with the story. Her body language said confused, more than excited. This isn't the first time Ash has been suspected of this behavior. She's been accused before of sending herself items through DoorDash or other delivery services, then showing them off online with dramatic thank you speeches to make it look like someone else had been thoughtful. The gifts this time had a very adult theme, with rescue items that she slowly unpacked, holding each one up to the camera and giving graphic, suggestive descriptions of what they were for. Her voice dropped into a tone more suited for a late night private conversation than a public stream. But she had no hesitation sharing every detail in front of whoever might be watching. She repeatedly called the event a housewarming, trying to sell the image that she had just moved into her own place. But her followers know she doesn't have a permanent home, making it obvious to many that this was another attempt to create a glamorous, independent image for her audience. For viewers, it felt staged, self-indulgent, and disconnected from her real-life situation, adding one more layer to the ongoing pattern of performance over authenticity.
Maybe
What the heck?
it's a housewarming gift. Did you order me a housewarming gift?
I don't know. Well, it's gonna warm something up. Yeah.
The hell is this? And what the hell is this? Do I open the boxes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Show us what you got.
Did you know what I needed for the house? I'll put you right here so you can see. Oh shit.
What is it?
It might be like a internet or something. I don't know. Maybe an Alexa. What the fuck? What the hell?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
What the hell? Oh my goodness.
No
Oh my
way.
goodness.
Y'all gonna get me kicked off Snapchat.
Let's see this one.
You could at least comb your hair, dude.
Don't freaking get my hair out. I'm scared to look at this one.
Big black box. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Oh, shit.
It's got the veins in it. Oh shit, my mouth.
Ash went live again, claiming she's changed and asking people to give her a chance to prove. She insisted that she had reached out to Muhammad and his family to apologize for cruel, hurtful comments she made in the past. Comments that included directly targeting the daughter of the man who was killed by her incarcerated ex-husband Isaiah. In that old incident, she openly defended Isaiah and showed zero empathy for the victim's family. That remark became one of the key reasons her main TikTok account was permanently banned, and it has stuck in people's minds ever since.
Just give me that chance to show y'all, please. I apologize for anything. I apologize for the R word. I apologize for Muhammad. I've already apologized to his family. I've already apologized for everything. Give me a chance to show y'all who the real Ash Trevino is. Don't judge me off of my past. I took myself out of certain situations lately because of the reason of me being that way. Why do you in that way? Why do you think hotel? Because I don't have nowhere to stay right now. Yes, you can call me homeless, call me that. But at the end of the day, as long as my kids are good and they're not moving around like me, that's all that matters. If I gotta sleep in my car tomorrow night, let me worry about that. Y'all will never know.
During her live, Ash tried to paint a picture of selflessness, saying she's willing to sleep in her car or pay for a cheap motel as long as her kids have a roof over their heads. But here's the issue. It's her parents who are actually providing that roof, not Ash herself. By all accounts, she doesn't visit them regularly or take an active role in their day-to-day care. Meanwhile, her own behavior hasn't shifted. She's still hanging out with barely adult guys, still stirring up messy TikTok drama, and still talking about that content house fantasy where she could rotate between rooms with much younger housemates instead of focusing on building a stable home for her children. For many watching, the pattern has become painfully predictable. Every time she makes a public apology, it's followed almost immediately by the same controversial antics. To them, it's a cycle that never changes. She claims growth, asks for forgiveness, and then slips back right into the lifestyle and decisions that sparked the criticism in the first place. Nothing in her recent actions suggests she's truly changed. It feels like the same speech recycled over and over with no evidence to back it up. Bri and Santos Fallout. Ash seems to be spiraling after Bri and Santos announced they are expecting a baby. News that many believe might have hit her far harder than she let on. Well, she didn't publicly lash out at first, perhaps to avoid making it obvious she was upset. Her silence broke once Bri and Santos appeared on a podcast and bluntly said they wouldn't be appearing with her anymore. The reason? According to Bri, TikTok had sent her a direct email warning that having Ash on their lives or in their videos could get their accounts permanently banned, since Ash herself had already been banned from the platform. This meant that any public association with Ash could risk their entire presence on TikTok. When Ash had this, she jumped on Snapchat Live in a heated, defensive rant announcing she was going to expose them. She opened with the claim that Santos was never in the military, something followers already knew and which had been discussed months before. She tried to build suspense by hinting at more damaging tea about the couple, but nothing substantial ever came out. The lack of actual revelations left many to think this was just another in a long list of possibly staged scandals between the three of them, a mutual ploy to stir up views and engagement. With Ash, it's become nearly impossible for outsiders to know where the genuine drama ends and the scripted content begins.
So bedbugs, Ash Trevino woke up first thing this morning and watched Bri and Santos on the podcast. And if y'all haven't seen the clip, it was basically Bri and Santos saying they cannot hang out with Ashley or have anything to do with her because she's the reason that their accounts kept getting taken down. She said that TikTok ended up sending her an email telling her that if they continued to hang out with Ashley, they would not have a TikTok because Ashley is not allowed on this platform. She is not allowed to have a page, post content, anything. Sounds a little bit like that Ashley curse, huh? But so now she woke up listening to that and she's pissed. She's pissed. She started going off saying Santos was never in the military, and that she also said she's about to expose everything on them. Everything. But y'all do know they like to be doing a lot of skits, so it's hard to tell what's real, what's fake. But you already know she was upset about the pregnancy announcement. And then the podcast, yeah, so she's about to spiral. But like y'all know, if you've seen it, drop the comments below. Let me know your thoughts.
Legal trouble over her car. On top of everything else, Ash is now facing legal trouble for failing to make payments on her car, a mess that's pulling more than just her into the crossfire. The vehicle wasn't bought outright. She financed it, and she had a co-signer, possibly a close family member, who is now tangled up in the fallout. That person could face harsh financial consequences right alongside her, even though they might have only been trying to help her get approved for the loan in the first place. What makes this sting for many onlookers is the glaring contrast between her lifestyle and her responsibilities. She's been seen online spending freely on nights out, treating younger guys, buying drinks, and projecting a flashy, carefree image. Yet, apparently, neglecting to make payments on a car she drives every day. The finance company isn't powerless. They have legal tools at their disposal to recover the money, including repossessing the car, placing a lien on any bank accounts, or even targeting her online income streams. In the end, whether she likes it or not, she could be forced to pay up and her co-signer. Meanwhile, Uncle Fester has decided to start selling Cameo short out, offering to send personalized pep talks, greetings, or special messages to strangers for a fee. He's been promoting it heavily, talking up how his words could brighten someone's day or give them a laugh. But given his long history and his long-running association with Ash, not everyone sees him as the go-to source for uplifting advice or wholesome entertainment. There is also another risk he might not be thinking about. If he keeps featuring Ash on his TikTok live or videos, his account could be banned too, just like hers was. That would mean losing his 60K plus audience and any influence he's built there, and being left with nothing but Cameo orders to rely on for online income. For many observers, it's a shaky plan at best, especially considering how quickly Cameo interest can fade and how much his current notoriety is tied to the very person who could cost him his main platform. The side quest baby mama drama. And now, the other big drama that's been dominating feeds. Desire Allen posted a video about her man's gender reveal, except the baby wasn't hers. The baby was with the other woman, Kelsey Labrazo, who had been involved with Desire's man during the 2-month breakup in the relationship. That alone would have been messy enough, but what made it blown up was how Desire presented it. She uploaded her post before Kelsey even had the chance to share her own reveal. In her caption, she called Kelsey the side quest and wrote,
Who was interested
I
first?
with my man for 2 months and
Who said I love you first?
to become a dad.
Who's more
Now,
protective?
to help him raise a
Who
sweet
cleans
baby.
more?
The
Who
wording
eats
instantly
the most?
struck many as dismissive toward Kelsey and toward the baby, as if the child were just an accident or an unwrapped plot twist. It set off a wave of criticism across her social media. When backlash hit, Desire jumped on to make a storytime video. She insisted that she and Kelsey were on good terms, that she had been invited to the reveal, and that her man hadn't cheated because they were broken up at the time. Still, she referred to Kelsey as a hookup, conveniently leaving out that her man and Kelsey had a past relationship going back farther than those 2 months. Kelsey eventually responded publicly, saying she was hurt and embarrassed, especially since Desire's video went viral to millions while she herself had never posted the reveal. Now, strangers were labeling her as a one-night stand based on someone else's framing of her pregnancy. Desire claims she apologized to Kelsey privately, but the fact that the post remains up has made many doubt her no bad intentions defense. For critics, the whole thing reads like jealousy, especially given that Desire has said she can't have children anymore and this will be her man's first baby, but with someone else. And that's where both these sagas stand. One built around Ash's never-ending spiral of chaos, the other revolving around a gender reveal that exploded into a viral feud. Together, they're prime examples of how messy and tangled online drama can become, how grudges and insecurities play out in real time, and how quickly millions of strangers will turn someone else's deeply personal moments into content, gossip, and entertainment for the masses.